We may as well just crack on. I've been fighting with my webcam, but unfortunately, I can't figure out how to get it working properly. So I'm going to disable it. Gone. So this is the second attempt trying to do my streaming for today, and let's just turn the music down. I wanted to kind of share my my flow, how I'm working through the project, a little introduction about this project. It's a track listing website which I've been working on for the last 6 years. 6 years? 4 years. Get it right, Kyle. Um, and there's a live version, so electiontracklist.com. It's I do it for free because I enjoy the music and enjoy the challenge. And how it works is it just there's each track which has been played on a particular radio show each week. Say last week's was the fifth, and I go through and find all the links to Spotify, SoundCloud, Deezer, and all the different places. So we've got here like is it any wonder? And you can go into this and like go and download that music or go and play the music on the respective platform. So here we have Any Wonder, and I did it because I wanted to make my life easier finding this music. So it works great, and I get a lot of attraction from the community. They really enjoy the project. But to make it a little bit better, you see, when we were over here on Spotify, we have this little player at the bottom. And this is what I want to retain. I wanted to have a player at the bottom and you can continue navigating through the website and go through other tracks and then like kind of switch tracks. But in my case, I want to have the track list. Let's just put the music back on. The track list play. So when as you're in an episode, you go to episode here, and I'm gonna have a player down here. As you're playing this, so instead of like taking my visitors off site for this, I thought I'd keep the audience on my site and give them an experience. So I've got this particular experience set up. I've been working on it for over the last couple of days. Um, it's just like an experiment at the moment, a little spike to see how this can work. So if you're new to me or if you come across me, I like to use Vue.js. It's my core, a lot of JavaScript, and I like to kind of like experiment with loads of different things before committing to things. So this project is at the moment still very much a mess. Let's see if we can pull it up. Yeah, the code is a mess, but I guess if you're hanging around for a while, you'll see how my mind is thinking about this, and uh, and we'll see the features. The feature I want to do today, this particular stream, is I wanted to have the ability to play the stream. So you click on here, and well, let's refresh the page. You click on play, and be able to jump to a new track within us that the show. So we play the show from start, and you can hear it in the background. It's probably a little bit low. This is how. Let's turn it up a little bit.
Forgotten gems and timeless sound. All brought to you by Joe K. This is Selection Radio.
Yeah, and that's how the shows usually start up. And I'm wanting this. You've probably seen it. It switched on to the third track, and I got a little bit of a bug on this. So I'm wanting first of all to show the correct track at the correct time, and when you click through, yeah, I want to be able to jump to that particular point. So we can go to the far side and run in. I think this is going to be an awesome addition to. I can't play too much of this music because copyright claims and stuff. Put your background on. But yeah, I want to be able to have this work, show the correct artwork or no artwork at a time, jump to the correct track, and I've been playing around with it for a little while, and so thought this is going to be awesome. So I'm going to jump straight to it. I'm going to get straight into the code and start ironing out this bug. So I guess some people will be familiar with Vue.js and maybe Nuxt.js. I'm probably going to completely restart this project because we're partway through. But I'll restart this project at some point. I'll probably set up a series and work through the things. But this is just an experiment spike, so I just wanted to kind of get a bit of a clue what's going on. But where that particular bug you've seen earlier, where we're on track, if we jump to track one, oh, that's one bug there. It's not jumping to it while it's not playing. We jump to Slum Village here, and it's not the correct one. I think that particular bug happens to be somewhere around here. So let me give you a little explanation of what's happening here. We have a chunk of code which is a JSON. And within this JSON, we have an array, and each one of these objects have a listing. So we'll have, say, a title, and this was a love by artist Eyerek Badu. And I can never spell correctly on the first time around. And we also have like position. And I guess this would be in seconds, so let's just go 3 minutes in. And we have some more other metadata like artwork, which is a HTTP something. Let's write that, JPEG. And episode artwork to fall back on. And I think there's one more piece of data in there. But, so we've got this array of tracks which come through, and you can see here that we're going to be using this. So when a particular track is, let's just get rid of these two to make it easier. When a particular track is between 500, when the episode is playing and it's reached 500 seconds, but it's lower than the next track, we want to show this, right? Okay, so that's my bug right now, and I think it's to do this. I was doing this late one day, and it's a bit I need to like rush out, so I'm going to rewrite this conditional. And let's see what we got initially. So this current time we've set up further down. Let's just make our real states. Let's get rid of the terminal. And let's get rid of the side. Let's make it all a little bit bigger for you guys. Not too big for me. We have a current track. Current time, which is some data was set in, and as the player is playing, we have to kind of poll for it, which is this step function. And this step comes in. Are we playing? Yes. Seek returns the current second time which we are on, so we set that. And then we at the same time want to kind of go through the track list and find the correct track within that seek position. So we want to, let's just get rid of this map around because fine without it. Let's grab that. So at the moment we've gone through, we're filtering, we could use find. We want to get the first track because I use 0 here, and we'll show what this is doing. Explain this in a minute. But first of all, we have the track position, and as we've seen up here, it's 500 seconds. So cool, it's gonna be 500 seconds. And we have our this current time, and we may know that this current time is 502, but it's not 1000. So let's try and write the correct function for this. So return. We want to return try again. True. If this dot position is within this current time is within track position. And because we're in an array, this is what I was really stuck on, and because we've got to find the very first one. So if this current time, let's try this. This current time is more than or equal to track position, then return true. And we're finding the very first one. Let's give that a try. And here we've just got some console log out. And let's go and pause our music again and refresh our page just for clarity. We should see down here it'll play nothing for 20 seconds, and then 20 seconds it should jump to Janet Jackson, for example. And that's what we would be looking for. Let's give this a try. 10, 11, 12. 20 seconds. Boom! Yes! Now we've got our new track. That's pretty cool, that, huh? I like that. Now what happens when we skip ahead to 4 minutes 28? It still thinks it's Janet Jackson. How's that? Why? Well, didn't we just get the correct position here? That's the part which is really got me problematic, because this should be returning false for the first find until it finds one which turns true. But we can see here it's just gone Janet Jackson. Sure, that's greater than current time, but the current time which is playing is track position. Oh, right, here we go. Of course, we got 20 seconds. And our current time is, say, 23 seconds. So, of course, it's going to go, yeah, like this first track satisfies that condition. It does. So we kind of need to have a look ahead or something. It's a little thing about this. It's an interesting one, because of course we found this one, but we want to ignore this one once we found that the next one is satisfied. So let's grab the index and say, oh well, we need to grab full array it's a bit messy. Yes, I get it. So, but I'm just hacking this out. we want to get the position of the next one. So index plus 1. And of course we want to throw next track into here if next track, because we're going to have a very quick bug when we get to the end of the playlist. So let's deal with this. If we have next track, we want to return true if if the current time is greater than like track position and less than next track position. Let's give that one a try. So return this current time is greater than or equal to track position and this current time is less than next track position. Cool. Otherwise, we're probably at the end. Let's format that up. Cool. So I think we've fixed that up. And I'm going to move this function into some function because it's starting to really get messy and I don't like it. But I'm just hacking through this bug. Debugging hard. Right. So let's give this page a refresh. Yeah, I could have done this in a test. But again, we're just spiking around. Play the track. Jump over to here. Oh, look at that! Yeah! Liking that. Jump over to here. I'm liking that. Well, we've got a sort of thing. It jumps to... It waits for a second before it shows the correct track. Why is that? It might be just something to do with the exact... I see that. 13. I remember. What I did was I added on a second here. So what this is, when we click this button here, it triggers off this seek2 and the queue position is a number like this. So I'm going to split each one and convert it into seconds. And I had before, I thought it was a bug with choosing the second before, so I just added a second onto it. Now, removing that, we'll have a better outcome. Let's just let that page rebundle. It's not the best, quickest bundling, but let's give it a try. Refresh page. Are you going to allow it? Or, oh, look at this. I've got myself a little bit of a runaway. Heating up all those CPUs. And I probably should look at refactoring this into a different function so we don't have to go over that array all the time, because every request animation frame it's going to come back through this. I don't really want that. I kind of want something to react when that time is updated. And I know Vue.js does it, and this is one way to do it. I've probably got like a few different ways I can do this. Cool. Got rid of those console logs, which is causing a lot of noise there. Let's give it play. Jump. Cool. Nice. Cool. Let's put some more. So I managed to fix a bug. I'm gonna like kind of commit that because I want to have it as a state as a point of reference. So I'm gonna use tower, and I'll put that. So where did I put that? Where did I put it? Right. I can go through all the changes I did actually. So in the state, I had to create this track list array. So let's go ahead and put that in. And I have this actions, which is the seek to. Remember me speaking about on our slug here, we have this dispatch seek to, and it's just a placeholder at the moment. I didn't have anything I wanted to do with it because it's just an action to trigger, and I didn't want to store it, so it's just an action triggered. With the mutations here, this is when we build up that track list. Remember me talking about it, like each track has its artist, and see if I can find that particular code which does that. Here it is. This big chunk of mesa here. We grab the artist, we grab the title, throw in the artwork, sprinkle it with some episode artwork, episode title, session title, and then flat that track list down. So this is where it goes in. So let's save that. This is some placeholders. So I'm not going to commit those. I actually might consider deleting those, but I don't know if we've got them hooked up. Here is where we have our slug. Well, it's the episode slug. So this is representation of this page here, and that is the reference here. Each one of these are now become clickable from that. So yeah, I want to stage that. We got rid of the console log. We had some changes, but I think I got rid of the try and error, and I want that page to explode if it goes bad. And I've got this flat track list to start. So we've got to stage that. This is where the big chunk of track list data is going to spit out. I might move this to server side instead of in a controller because I think there's some better benefit to have it cleanly coming through instead of manipulating it front end. But for now, I'm happy with that as a spike. And we have that seek position and set it into store that track list data. So let's go ahead and save that. Where else have we got? I added in this this height here for this using Tailwind. So we've got to stage those lines and remove the buttons which were experimentation, and I just kept it with this play pause button, which I'm okay with for now. And this seek doesn't really react to anything as we're playing, and I think as the show is playing, it doesn't allow you to interact. But that's not a big thing right now. I'll deal with that at another date. So this is just like all formatting to make this look okay. I'm going to stage that. And then I did add in this utility. Did I? Yep, there it is, utils. This is just like converting the seconds, so 300 seconds to 5 minutes and 0 seconds like this. So this is just a utility I've written or stolen, borrowed, copied. So we've imported that, and we convert it into a filter. So if we look over on our layer, you'll see in our HTML, or not, or yes, here it is. We grab the duration in seconds, and we seconds to time it. So that's what that does. We have our default current track data, which is okay for now. So this is what happens when we load the page in, and down here for now, it shows this. But I'm going to have this player appear when it's loaded with an episode, or maybe automatically start playing the episode when someone comes to the page. I'll think about that user experience in time. Let's have a look. TV. And what else did I have? So let's throw that in. I created this is playing and is loaded to help with some views earlier. So is playing. I've got it. This play pause and is loaded. The is loaded actually is meant to be here. So v if is loaded, and what this will do is, as we refresh the page, it'll keep the component hidden until we go and click and it start playing it. Oh wait, no, mid refresh then. Cool. So that is what that did. Let's stage that. It's loaded. Boom. Got rid of a few console logs because everyone was complaining. And we have this listen to action because to trigger off events through event buses, through components, I wanted to use the kind of global state. As that action is triggered, seek to, I wanted to listen to that event and react to it. So that's where we have this action. But I want to make sure, as I remembered here, that I want to, on our component created, we set them up. Before we destroy it, we need to make sure we unsubscribe from that so it's not using up memory. So we create them, and then should that component get removed from active memory, we just want to clean ourselves up after that. So let's go ahead and add that. You can see here, if it's player seek to, and we have a this player, i.e. the player is already loaded in and we're playing something, we can then trigger a seek action. Otherwise, if there's no player loaded and it's not playing anything, how can we seek to it? So add those lines. Get rid of that. Get rid of all that junk, and we'll get rid of that. Oh, let's discard that line because we don't need that no more. That's no use for us. So when there was a little tiny bug which I experienced where when it seeks, it kind of mimics a pause or stop of the playhead, and then it continues playing. So I wanted it to trigger this step because we have this is playing. So I just wanted to make sure that step is triggered on seek. So I'll just throw one of those in there for now. Get rid of, yeah, get rid of that. So now I replaced this step because it was when it is playing it would be happy, but if it's not playing but it's loaded, I kind of still want it to check that it's there in the background. I might have it to stand off, but for now it's okay to check to loop over this function on every frame, just to make sure that if the player is playing, then do itself. And maybe have a way to stop this looping function, or find a different event handler. Let's go ahead on that. Cool, that component's done. Ooh, yep, I wanna stage this. This is just some debugging. So as I was on a train the other day, and train internet is a bit spotty, and I wanted to kind of work on this. And what happens when you click this play button? It actually goes out to SoundCloud and gets some details and brings it back. And what was happening is when the internet connection is not too great, it was coming back with like 404s or timeouts. So I put in this little helper here to, once you've got a result back, cache it to disk, and then next time you try and request that, serve it back from disk. Little helpers. But I didn't want that to happen always because the timeouts of the secrets expire after a few minutes. So I wanted to have it there, but disable it for now. But I didn't want to have it actioned. And I updated the user agent. It's nothing too big. It's just changed it from older version of iPhone to a new one. Should be fine. Make sure that the browser is open in incognito to invalidate any. Okay. I can explain what's happening here. So this is where a lot of my awesome work comes from. There's, if you come across Puppeteer or a headless browser before, you'd be aware of how you can like open a web page and do something with it without it actually happening. What Puppeteer it is basically this Chrome browser. It's a whole Chrome browser, but it's a small one. It doesn't display anything. It just is a one which sits in the background, hidden. So I open Puppeteer and we launch the browser. And we go into incognito mode. Boom. So in the incognito mode. And then we say, hey, we want a new tab. Which we've got one here. So we've got a new page. And we say to ourselves, we don't want any caching. Switch that caching off. And then define what we own. We're iPhone on this particular version of iPhone and serve ourselves that because we want a mobile version of the page. And this is where it gets saucy. Then we have this promise which we're going to set up, and I'm going to explain that one in a second. But we have a link which we pass in. So say for example we have a SoundCloud and we let's go to selection and grab this city girl. So we have this link which we pass in through this permalink. Boom, 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 and it goes to waits for the idle and let's see if my friend is it's alright. And we wait for the network idle too. So wait for a moment for things to settle them down, and so this basically loads up the page, and we'll be in this state. It's actually we need to Safari be like this. Let's navigate to the page. But this isn't the page I'm exactly wanting. I'm wanting this page. You see the difference here? There's some different data which is happening on this page, which I'm interested in. Cool. And so we navigate this page. We set this promise here. You remember we were talking about that? And we have a timeout of 5 seconds. So as this promise is working, we count up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We continue on because the page could be it's loading in the background, and it shouldn't take more than 5 seconds to load. If it does, that means there's a big problem, and we want to just kind of bail out early and let the user have an experience. And on every single response which happens, so let's go back over to our Safari page. Boom, dunk. And set our user agent. Dink. Or it's not iPad. Let's try that again. Pub. And this. And we're going to open up the network tab. You can see all these network things. I'm going to refresh that page. And there's this particular resolve. This resolve, it happens to be the bread and butter for my little workaround, let's say, to improve the experience. Is we're going to grab, we're going to convert the URL which we've given into some data to respond back with. Let's see the preview. All this rich data, which is really good. And one piece which we're really interested in is this, which is the streaming URL for that particular track. And we've seen here we have a client ID which is provided to us from them, which is it makes things much easier. At the moment, SoundCloud don't have API for me to grab one of these, and I do have one for another project, but I didn't want to reach limits. So I'm just going to kind of mimic being SoundCloud for a moment and grab that, throw that at the end. So you can see here, URL starts with resolve. Cool, grab that. Pause it, grab the client ID from that. Sweet, we got that. And the data which we got back from that, sweet. We don't need to do any more requests. We have the data. We're just going to append client ID onto our previous data and do add the fixtures. We don't have the fixtures to show the final result. But then once we got that, we can return this back. And this is what this piece does. So all of this, this code here, nicely done. My most favorite piece of code here. That all happens on this line here. You spawn back with data, which you have this. It's an empty object. Its data starts. Remember, looking here, we have media transcodings, presets, and this jazz. Media transcodings. Got that. And go through each one of them. We can get rid of these things in a minute. And we're looking for one which is a preset of MP3 00. MP3. It's not on here. It'll be like that. And ends with progressive. Cool. I actually might even change that to just be simply return ends with progressive. Find the first one in there instead of the 00. And now we have that URL to stream with. We pass that all back to the client. I thought I needed to use the user agent here, but I just kind of null it out and hide it from SoundCloud servers. And now that when we hit that, I can give an example. If I remember, we had a service change. It used to be postwoman.io, but they changed the name to Hopscotch, and it keeps getting Hopscotch. So we're going to HTTP localhost 3000 underscore SoundCloud. I think that's our API. Let's check it. Let's go over to our Nuxt configuration. We have down at the bottom here API.SoundCloud is our underscore SoundCloud. So yeah, we create this endpoint. I want to go permalink because how I have it is search parameters permalink. We have something a lot like how SoundCloud was doing with this resolve. And so we're going to go ahead and resolve that. Let's see, we've got this city girl from Selection Records. I'm going to permalink equals that. Boom. And let's give this a try. It might not work, but it hopefully will. Now, it didn't work because we need to enable proxy. Settings, scroll down, proxy enabled. It's something to do with cause. Let's give that another try. Oh, request failed. Why did y'all fail? No one y'all to fail. Let's, read URL of undefined property. Must have been this little change here. Oh. Let's just rewind that back. So I was making changes as I'm explaining things. It's probably not good to do that. Let's give that another try. Nope. Oh, the proxy doesn't like it. Fine. Let's just open up Vue directly. Error. URL of undefined. Oh, URL of undefined. But what line? 39. Here it transcode is, of course, it's failed to get that because this doesn't match with what I want. Let's give that a try again. Each one of these ends with progressive. Let's add in the forward slash. And we should have a transcoding. Let's, boom. Cool. That was our little bug there. We actually did introduce a. We didn't introduce a bug. We fixed a bug because we tried a different track, and I've always been using one particular track. So now we have our data back. Full data. Let's use a cool application. Ha! I've already got one here. Here's one I preferred earlier. It's HTTP. You know, you can use HTTPI from Brew, or you can simply use curl. Throw that into there, and it's pretty much the same. And what I want to do, I want to throw this through JQ program, pipe it through, and it gives us this nice output. And the things which we've added on is this stream ID and this stream URL, which we've extracted from up here. We've gone through to one of these, we've gone into it. So if I grab this and add on client ID, go down to here, throw one of these on the end, pop. Now we have a new JSON and we got this URL. And it's that which I've gone in and extracted, and for ease, just thrown in there. So now, when you click this play, it does all that in the background. And we got that piece of data which we wanted, this URL here, all that provided for our player. That's all what we wanted. Of course, there's a few of additional bits, but yeah, that's what we wanted. We had to do all this work to make that happen. I'm pretty happy and proud about that. So let's add in that bug fix. I did a double. And we can start removing, because I was doing a lot of debugging around this. So, you know, console log debugging, we don't need that. And actually, I'll leave the local storage one in. Don't need that. And that's for note. I will leave the user agents null. I don't know where, I don't think we actually need that. Let's get rid of that. And get rid of that. Get rid of that. And I think that's cool. I think I was doing something before with it and it wasn't liking it. I'll return back to that in a minute. Don't need that. Now we are cleaned up. And we've done the same over here. We've just kind of cleaned up incognito mode, and I've got to go and remove that because it should be closed. And did we? Yeah, we return a promise which returns that, so we don't need to return await data. Cool. Let's add this commit, which is working player with skip to and current track. Nice. Go on. Yeah. I like a bit of that. I'm really happy with that. That's a nice little bit of work to do in. How long has that taken me? About 40 minutes? Or less? I don't know. Right, next. I wanted to kind of fix this playing, jump over to the next track. And we were missing our artwork here. Kind of get to these points and it's like, oh cool, we can grab ourselves some water, and so we just did a commit. Awesome. Pat on the back. Yeah. What do you think I should do? Yeah, I'm gonna fix this artwork. I don't like that. My and then I'll leave this seek for now. Um, like the clicking on these is okay. It's not. I think it would be nice if I could click on the artwork as well, but I think the artwork at the moment takes me to the nowhere. It takes me absolutely nowhere. I thought it would take me to the actual track where there's some data and details. Nope, it doesn't. I might want to also improve the response of this response speed of that. But I think when we deploy to the servers, it'll be quicker. But cool, cool, cool. Yeah. So what I think I want happening is when there's no artwork to display this artwork. But it's okay for not displaying it here because this is different. Yeah, I think that's what I want. So let's close these down. And we're looking at the player. And this is what I was meant to explain in a minute, and it wasn't. So this is what happens. We're trying to find a track, and if we can't find a track, i.e., this first track doesn't appear until 20 seconds after starting playing. So we want to show the very first bit of data. We're spoofing a bit of data. So we're creating a brand new object. We're grabbing everything from the very first track list item. If there's any additional data pieces, such as episodes name, this piece, and uh, the session name if that is a piece of data which I want to show, and the artwork, episode artwork. But we have also added in this bit of artwork here. And I kind of want to have two ways about this. Like it's trying to get that artwork, and let's have a look. See what did it spit out? I think it's empty. Cool. So there's two ways I think I can work about this. There's one way, like we're at the source here, and we can go if current track artwork, otherwise current track episode. Try that again. Episode. Come on, episode artwork. See, we're not always perfect. And then as we play this, it might give us an alternative. Oh, we're still building its bundle. Cool. That did it. But what I'm aware of is we might have a piece of artwork. Say, let's grab this image, open image in new tab, and I've got my own little server which does that. And I'm going to, of course, break this with broken image which does not exist. Let's grab that. Let's throw that into our source data, which we're using for testing. And it won't be that. We actually have artists, Janet Jackson. We need to create a new piece of artists because these are just extracted out. They are not linkable. So what I think it is I'm going to grab this. I'm going to create a new file. This happens to be all that, and now we create some JSON, not JSON, it's YAML. This is going to be the title of love. And that's pretty much all we need in there. We will look at the Erica Badu one. artwork, and this is all the raw data which we get from that. But we don't need to worry about what's happening in these links or the episodes for this bit of work. But the artwork is the bit which I'm wanting to spoof. So you can see this from the version to that, which is a piece of dead artwork that does not exist on my servers. And what else was there which I think I need to copy over? For clarity, let's just add in links as an empty array. That should do it. Episodes maybe? Make sure it's episode 395. Let's get rid of that. We created that. We might also need to create this place because Erica Badu won't exist now. Oh, look, we've got our broken link. So it's actually updated. It doesn't. Erica Badu doesn't have a link page, but Janet Jackson does. I think I've got it linked. Janet Jackson, yeah. There's a page there for her, but I'm not worked on that part of the site yet. Erica Badu doesn't have a page, so it's not linked. But Love does have a page and title. Okay, well, you do that. Oh, I get it. Because it's expecting the artist page to be there and it doesn't exist. So it's going artist page dot title and title doesn't exist. So we can see here, the artwork is defined but broken. And I want to make sure that it yields out this error piece. So we'll go over to slug. I know this is such a mess. I'm going to say that every single time until I make it not a mess. Yeah, you check on me. You make sure that I'm not keeping a mess around the place. So artwork path. And this is a very interesting workaround people can do. Is we have a on error, and every time a piece of artwork is tried to load and it doesn't load, it's going to trigger this error. I'm going to do this dot source equals anything we want. And did we have? Oh, we do. We set the default artwork as this URL. Maybe that will work. I don't know if we can actually access that. Let's go for that. We want a URL to that. I don't think that's got it. Maybe. Oh, oopsie. Images like that. Inspect. We should have a background default. Oh, and it's done a base URL. Right. And I don't think this images. I don't think this exists. Let's go. So that's going to cause a double error. Where was it stored? It's not in static. Or for case, we can just set it as null maybe? And it's not going to try and load or remove that dummy image. I might Google this one. Yeah, do you see that? Haha, it's on an infinite loop. Oh, look what I've done. It don't like that. Undefined. Try that. I don't think this is the best way to do things. I've forgotten how to access that asset. Oh, it really don't like that. give this one another try. Maybe if I grab this URI, and it's a method, so I just want to kind of output it. Default image. I'm going to return, and it's require. Feeling that's going to break the world. Come on, you're at 61. Do you not like that? Let's hard refresh the page. Hard refresh. Hard reload. Oh yeah, I needed to, it was still set to undefined, wasn't it? This maybe? Oh wait, we need to. Okay, I'm out. I gotta Google this one. Vue.js default image on error. Oh, Channel 4 has wanted me to watch Gogglebox. I do not watch Gogglebox. I don't want to push notification with that. Thank you. Let's have a look. Source at error. Goes by default. Oh, I like that approach. That's pretty cool as well. I'm going to steal that. At error. Replace default image. And I don't need to pass in that. Let's go all the way back down to here. Place, and we've got the event. And this. Did they use this? Oh. Event target. Source equals require. Let's see. Oh, need an R on that. Of course it's going to break. How's that? It did not like that, did it? This is most of my time, most of the week of just like making little changes and biting with Webpack mostly, or Babel. But I want that to work. I want it to if the image is broken for whatever reason, to automatically fall back to a known image source. What's taking so long? Yeah, of course that's correct. That's not correct. Oh. Hang on a second. Did he do it right? Okay. I have a third option I can do with that. Where have I put the assets? Boom. Yep. Think. Yep. Copy this. Copy that. and I'm going to throw that into static. Tink, paste. And go to copy relative path. Where am I? It's here. On error. This source equals naughty, but yeah, I'm gonna allow it for now. I'll probably end up forgetting about it forever and it'll be forever code. Something that happened here. That's it. Oh, yeah, let's delete this bit of code because it really doesn't like it. It does not like that. Do that in. Refresh the page. Let's check my stream. How's everyone doing out there? Should be fine. Why? What gives? Why is it taking so long? Let's open up a new page. Let's close this down and close this down. Has it got itself into an infinite loop or something? Or did it just take time for it to bundle up? I was still doing this compiling stuff. Right, let's restart the service. Take an absolute age for it to do, but oh well. It probably just got itself in a little bit of a twist, I think. And of course, how I'm managing this stream. I tried it earlier today, to try and do a bit of coding and share it live. But unfortunately, my computer does not like doing more than one thing, and it's doing more than one thing right now. So I got my PC right next to me, which all it's doing is taking in a feed from this display, and then it's doing all the work. It's got my microphone input in there. It's got a webcam which is not working. I tried it earlier. So, yeah, you can't see my face. And I got a little VNC connection to it, so I can control the stream. I can change the volumes and things, and I hope that they're okay because I can't hear them back. And that's this. You got nice little infinite look back. So this is how I stream. I can enable and disable the streams inside. I can see how you guys are doing over there on the different networks, and that's how I'm doing it. I'm controlling it through a little connection. But it's that is what's taken up a big chunk of my CPU. Just having just a stream to my other PC because I don't have a secondary monitor right now. I can use a TV, but that's kind of like defeating. But why is I kind of deliberately gave enough time. I don't know what's taken up a different port, but okay, it's decided to go into a different port. Fun. And it's that's not the one which I want. I want this one. Why is it can't find this episode? You was working a moment ago. You can be found. You will be found. You are be found. What? Oh, Joyce. Let's try that again. Let's close off my server. Did I actually did I just close that down and not close it? Let's look for Node. Oh yeah, I killed off that instance. So theoretically, this should, yeah, cool, cool, cool. That's what I want. I want to load it up. We getting there? Come on. Deleting. Is it working? Working through it. Be nice to have a faster machine. I'm still using one from 2013. Let's check the stream chat. Anything interesting going on? Are we back on port 3000? Let's try that. Yeah, port 3000. Looks like we're doing good. 3000. Let's try the JRock all day because that's the one which is broken. Please work. Yes! And looky looky. Our artwork is how we expect it to be. We changed it out for default artist. Cool. What are our errors here? Oh yeah, because all the other pieces of art do not exist. So of course it's going to fail them out. I'm fine with that. Let's commit. Commit and drink. Commit and have a drink of water to rehydrate. Yes. So what we did, we copied over our default artist piece of artwork. Beautiful. We added this on error. When this URL doesn't work, we fall back to this. We'll load that in. Hopefully that exists. And as a fallback for when we are playing our track, for example, here uses this. Did we introduce a bug here? We did. Go us. There you go. There's a new bug. So we're gonna pause that. I'm gonna fix that as well. And we can do on source. Oh, on error. This source equals. And we want to kind of convert this into JavaScript. Current track episode artwork. I'm happy enough with that, I think. Let's give that a try. Are we good? Yep, we reloaded. No, it didn't work. Let's refresh the page just to make sure it's no. Because the hop module reloading sometimes works, sometimes doesn't. Play. Jump to this. No, it didn't do what we wanted it to. Oh, yeah, look, that's our problem there. How are we going to do that? Oh, of course, we'll do the way you did before. On error image switch. Grab that out. Jump on down to on error image switch. So what we're doing here is the little kind of example we did before. When the error happens, it will call this function and e.target.source. We want it to equal the this dot current episodes dot artwork. Is it a WhatsApp message? Let's give that a try. Okay, we got our first error. Yeah, we've seen it switch itself out. We played a track. We jumped to this, and it didn't do what we wanted it to. Oh, of course. Look, that's not right. Another refresh. Turn around. I think I'm going to commit this, and then because we're getting up to 6 o'clock, I'm getting hungry. How about you guys? I'm getting hungry. I need to cook some food up, and sweet, it did what we wanted to do. I'm happy with that. And we switch on this automatic. Cool. Yeah, it's getting to that time. Need to make some food. I might jump onto a stream later on and share some more interest. But I really don't know how to switch on my camera, so I'm gonna have to debug that. It's broken, and it's definitely working. The camera is, but it's just not getting through to my computer. So the USB cable might switch that out. But yeah, I've had an awesome time with you guys, showing off what I've been working on, streams, and it, I need to kind of plan them a bit better. So, like what task I'm going to work on next might be useful to kind of make it more interesting for um, like a better plan to work forward. But yeah, this is just like all Haddock. Trying to find a solution to some problems. And we worked through and we found some bugs. We fixed some bugs and we made something better. I wanted to commit this as well, didn't I? Let's quickly commit that. That's all I needed to commit. Let's go for a nice. Oh, we've got to fix the bug. Artwork replacement. That's not a replacement. Cool. And yeah, I'll think of what I want to do next on this, and I'll schedule up a post. I'll schedule up a stream, which I think will be useful, and then I can get you guys to join in, and we can work through this together. For now, I think it'd be great to get some food and rehydrate with some water and some sugary drinks. And try and fix my webcam. So until next time, I hope you have a great evening. I'll see you real soon.